You know, it's hard to believe that it's January out here in central Montana. It's like high 40s, low 50s here today. As you can see, no snow. This is just ice from cleaning out the troughs when it was froze. But, so, the ewes have gotten from one end of the field to that end. And we are in the process of moving their locations. So they're going to come out here. I got to tear down the dog kennel. Well, I got to get it all moved to the other side of the fence that we're building. And we have to tear down that kennel was for when we had a sick sheep that we threw in there, and those rams for the teasers. Gonna move the shed out here. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. As you can see, I've got just a little bit started on the watch my mom take a post. Anyway, got started on getting some of these bales set out just to kind of get the right area for how we wanted the fence. And the new fence line is, of course, right here. So that's the distance they're getting this way. And we space it. We put in 5 bales. So we want it long enough that there's enough room there that it can be spread out fairly even. And yeah, so we're just going through right now, getting the south perimeter 2-wire put up. So he is doing good again. He's off his meds. He got tangled up when it was really cold one night in his dog leash, and he needed to get some meds, so he's done with those. I really wish that he was better with the sheep, because he absolutely hates electric fence. This wire it's dead. There ain't no charge going to it. It's laying flat on the ground, and that's as close as he's gonna get to it. Wish he was better with the sheep. So we're gonna go ahead and get these finished, getting built. Get the ewes in here. They're hungry. They didn't get fed last night. It was a warm night. If it was gonna be really freezing and really cold, I would have had to feed them, but I let them kind of kick through what they got last night, so they're impatient here this morning. But we'll get them out here, get them moved, get them eating, and they'd be happy. Alrighty, we got them moved in. Got them these first 5 bales they can work on. Got the little division fence up. You know, we are really liking on how this feeding works like this. You come out and you spend the day, well, preferably in the fall when you're putting out all your bales. We would just come out and put all the bales out like this for the whole winter, and you never have to start the tractor. But we're not to that point yet, so we build it up for a week. Each bale is about 3 days. Each row, pardon me, is about 3 days. Depending on how the cold temps could stretch it to 3.5. By that 4th day, they need food. Winter time, they'll probably have to get extra. Scooby, come here. You're not doing nothing. You old ranch dog. Come here. Get out from underneath the fence. Let's go. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna put up some more rows, get that shed moved into this new area, because I haven't had time to build my winter windbreaks, or haven't made enough money to buy them. So anywho's, that's what we are doing. And we almost got all the bales picked from out back. About a day and a half left of that, I think. So not the ewes are moved, we'll probably go get some more picked in and piled up out here. And then we'll work on getting all these set up. And yeah, it'll be pretty good. My brother thinks we'll make it through. Here, let me get rid of some of this trash. I gotta clean out the back of my truck, so don't judge me. I'm not the only one that uses it. My brother reckons, Scooby, over here now. Old dogs. He reckons we'll get through this strip, and maybe half of another one. I think is what he's thinking. Me, I don't think we'll make it all the way across this strip personally before we send them out over the hill to that other field for 45 days, month and a half. And then I do believe we will be bringing them back out here for lambing. None of this will be touched this spring for lambing season. Depending on how the grass is growing, it might get hit really lightly. Right there in the green up when we have our spring flush. But other than that, we're just gonna let it grow up and do its thing, because we'll open it up in the winter probably and kind of do what we're doing again. So it's gonna take us a few winters to get it all pushed this way. Even though we did come out and throw hay out here, we also want the good manure from the animals. So it's gonna take us a little bit. Obviously, the more animals a person has, the more hay you feed, the faster you can cover some ground, right? So we're doing pretty good on that. And my brother and I were talking numbers here yesterday, what kind of lamb crop we're kind of expecting, and I mean the numbers looking pretty good. So next year it should be at the next year, especially if the sale barn prices stay the way they are for sheep, which I'm not really counting on those. I'm gonna try more direct market or middleman to back east for the meat. But next year the lamb prices, the sheep price we could get, should cover what this farm produces in hay. It should offset the hay sales finally. So over the last couple of years, you know, we've been had nothing to sell. Weren't able to sell no hay this year. So next year the sheep should pay for, mostly pay. It depends on the the forage and stuff, but next year it should be a decent little 35,000 on paper, I think, on what we could get for sales. So, but and that offsets the cost of a decent amount, a little bit of hay. So we'll see. Like I said, that all depends on if a person goes to sale barn or direct markets, and at any rate, we should have a good number of lambs to sell next year. We should, well, we're thinking, if Lord willing and everything goes good, we should have about 300 lambs hit the ground this next spring. So that's a pretty big number for us, and it's also the now the numbers, that compounding interest, when you start off with 35 head to 75 head to 115, now those numbers speed up a lot. So, which is great, because we need it to offset the cost of hay, because hay costs a lot of money, and unless the sheep are able to pay for it, I mean, my brother and I can't without the sheep doing it, so they need to buy their own feed. This next spring will be the 4th lambing season we've had, and we've not sold no animals in the 4 years of raising them. There's been no income coming in from sheep sales, so it should be pretty good. I think we're gonna help with our hay costs this year, and I haven't seen too much activity going on now. We got a lot of rams that we're gonna send them to the market here 19th, which means I gotta make a phone call, see what all I have to do to be able to send them through the auction ring. I know I got to get all the scrapies in, all their ears, because with not ever selling any of the animals, I didn't have to worry about that. Now I do, so they got to have scrapies put in their ears. I'll have to have an inspector or something, brand inspector, or come out, which I don't, they're sheep, so it's just, they got to have their scrapies and all that. But I got to call, no matter what you do, come here. Pretty sure this is, I hate twine. Hate twine. Anyway, so they're all pigging out. They're happy. But they're all looking fat and sassy, so we should have us a pretty good lambing spring, I hope. And like I said, we should get about, hopefully, that 300 mark. We're hoping to hit that 300 mark of lambs hit the ground. So, and then we have been mostly running about 50-50 when it comes to lambing. So there should be 125, 150 rams that we can sell next year. And we're gonna call, now that we're sped up more, we're gonna start harder on some of the animals. I don't know if I can get rid of Wild Thing, but on the ewes that don't shed, and they're gonna get called a lot harder now. Bad mamas, ones that don't shed, the ones that are a pain in the ass to make them get their young. So that'll be next year's agenda, and we'll be working on them a lot harder.